The sky turned a menacing orange as flames devoured the hillsides. Smoke choked the air, casting a pall over the sprawling metropolis of Los Angeles. Wildfires, fueled by dry conditions and fierce Santa Ana winds, raged across the region. Homes were reduced to ashes and lives were tragically lost. Firefighters battled valiantly, risking their lives to contain the inferno. Residents fled their homes seeking refuge in shelters and with loved ones. The air quality plummeted, posing serious health risks, especially for the elderly and vulnerable. The smell of smoke permeated everything, a constant reminder of the ongoing crisis. The normally bustling streets were eerily quiet, save for the sirens of emergency vehicles. The wildfires, a recurring threat in Southern California, had once again exposed the city's vulnerability to nature's fury. In the aftermath of the disaster, questions arose about the city's preparedness and its response to the crisis. The weight of the crisis fell heavily on the shoulders of Mayor Karen Bass. Critics argued that Mayor Bass appeared overwhelmed by the situation, lacking the experience and decisiveness needed in such a critical moment. Her initial response was perceived as slow and inadequate, failing to grasp the true magnitude of the crisis. Adding fuel to the fire, literally and figuratively, was Mayor Bass's absence from the city during the initial hours of the crisis. While Los Angeles was engulfed in flames, the mayor was attending a conference out of state. This absence, however brief, did not sit well with many Angelenos who saw it as a dereliction of duty. The mayor's defenders argued that she inherited a city already grappling with numerous challenges, including a housing crisis and rising crime rates. Nevertheless, the damage to Mayor Bass's reputation was done. The perception of a leader adrift amidst a crisis took root, further eroding public trust in her administration. The mayor's absence during the crucial early hours of the wildfire crisis created a dangerous leadership vacuum. With the city facing its greatest challenge in recent memory, the absence of its elected leader was deeply unsettling for many residents. In the absence of clear direction from the mayor's office, a sense of confusion and disarray permeated the city's response efforts. Communication breakdowns hampered coordination between different agencies, and vital resources were slow to reach those in need. The mayor's eventual return to the city did little to quell the growing criticism. Her attempts to reassure the public and project an image of control often rang hollow. The perception of a leader detached from the realities on the ground persisted, further damaging her credibility. The leadership vacuum created by the mayor's absence had a tangible impact on the city's ability to respond effectively to the wildfires. The wildfires laid bare a fundamental challenge in governing Los Angeles: its highly fragmented structure. Unlike cities such as New York or Chicago, where power is concentrated in the hands of the mayor, Los Angeles operates more like a collection of independent entities. With 88 incorporated cities, each with its own mayor and council, the region resembles a complex tapestry woven from disparate threads of authority. This fragmentation manifests in overlapping jurisdictions and a diffusion of responsibility. The city of Los Angeles, while the most populous, is just one piece of the puzzle. The Los Angeles County Board of Supervisors holds considerable sway over unincorporated areas and various county-wide services. The lack of a unified command structure is particularly problematic during emergencies like the recent wildfires. When multiple agencies with overlapping jurisdictions are involved, coordination becomes a logistical nightmare. The wildfires starkly illustrated the need for a more streamlined and centralized approach to governance, particularly in the realm of emergency management. The Empire State Model centralized power in New York City. In stark contrast to Los Angeles's fragmented governance, New York City stands as a model of centralized power. The mayor of New York City is vested with significant authority, overseeing a vast bureaucracy responsible for everything from policing and fire services to sanitation and public health. This concentration of power allows for swift and decisive action, particularly in times of crisis. When disaster strikes New York City, the mayor serves as the unequivocal point person, coordinating the city's response and providing clear and consistent communication to the public. This centralized approach minimizes confusion and ensures that all agencies are working in concert toward a common goal. The experience of New York City offers valuable lessons for Los Angeles as it grapples with the aftermath of the wildfires. The Windy City weighs strong mayoral leadership in Chicago. Chicago, like New York City, provides another compelling example of the benefits of strong mayoral leadership, particularly in the context of disaster response. The mayor of Chicago holds considerable executive power, overseeing a vast municipal government responsible for a wide range of services, including public safety. This centralized authority allows the mayor to act swiftly and decisively in times of crisis, mobilizing resources and coordinating the efforts of various city departments. The mayor's office becomes the nerve center for emergency response, ensuring clear communication and a unified approach to tackling the crisis at hand. Chicago's history is replete with examples of strong mayoral leadership during challenging times. As Los Angeles seeks to learn from the recent wildfires, it would be wise to consider the lessons offered by these cities and explore ways to enhance the authority and leadership role of its own mayor. A jurisdictional maze, a labyrinth of overlapping authority. Navigating the jurisdictional maze of Los Angeles can be a daunting task, even for longtime residents. The sheer number of overlapping jurisdictions, each with its own set of responsibilities and priorities, creates a complex web of authority that can be difficult to untangle. Consider the issue of law enforcement. In addition to the Los Angeles Police Department, which patrols the city of Los Angeles, there's the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department, which has jurisdiction over unincorporated areas and contracts with several cities for police services. Add to that the various police departments of the 88 incorporated cities, and the result is a patchwork of law enforcement agencies with overlapping jurisdictions. This fragmentation is mirrored in other essential services, such as fire protection. The Los Angeles City Fire Department is responsible for the city of Los Angeles, while the Los Angeles County Fire Department covers unincorporated areas and contracts with some cities. A symphony of sirens. The challenges of multiple first responders. Imagine a major incident occurring in Los Angeles. A raging wildfire, a devastating earthquake, or a large-scale terrorist attack. The immediate aftermath would be chaotic, with sirens wailing as first responders from various agencies rush to the scene. However, this symphony of sirens can quickly turn into a cacophony of confusion. With multiple fire departments, law enforcement agencies, and emergency medical services operating within the same geographic area, coordinating a cohesive response becomes incredibly difficult. Each agency has its own protocols, communication systems, and command structure. Without clear lines of authority and seamless interoperability, the effectiveness of the response can be compromised. During the recent wildfires, the challenges of coordinating multiple first responders were evident. When disaster strikes, the high cost of governance failures. The recent wildfires in Los Angeles served as a stark reminder of the high cost of governance failures. When a disaster strikes, the ability of government to respond swiftly, effectively, and cohesively can mean the difference between life and death, between order and chaos. The fragmented governance structure of Los Angeles, with its overlapping jurisdictions and lack of centralized authority, hampered the city's ability to mount a coordinated and effective response to the wildfires. The absence of strong leadership, particularly in the crucial early hours of the crisis, exacerbated the situation, leading to confusion, delays, and a sense of abandonment among residents. The human cost of these governance failures is immeasurable. Families lost loved ones, homes were reduced to ashes, and livelihoods were destroyed. As Los Angeles rebuilds and recovers from these devastating wildfires, it must also confront the systemic issues that hampered its response.